Hey guys, Matt. Yeah, I can still hear my own echo from Bailey, who's with me. I do not know why I have to hear my own echo from coming from Bailey's side,
I don't either.
because it just ruins the quality of a video. But speaking of today's video, we're back for another episode of Anime vs. Reality, and we're going through some more Higurashi Go, where last episode Uh, well, we're in the timeline of Sadako being with her uncle, which is never fun, isn't it? It's never fun
With
being
what,
with an
sorry?
uncle.
Hold on, say that one more time.
Huh?
Say that one more time.
It's never fun being with an uncle.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Bad Touch.
No. Well, depends on what you mean by bad touch. Is it in the
Yeah.
violent
Danger,
sense
danger.
or the touchy feely sense?
Yes.
Just yes. The best response I've ever
Yes.
heard. Anyway, let's get into it. Episode 13. The Games Club and also Shion learned the next day that the local government rejected the request for support of the rally. So all that conversation with Oreo was for nothing, basically. And
Okay, so,
Kimiyoshi... hmm?
sorry, what were you saying?
I was continuing the point that I had
Sorry.
written. Kimiyoshi says he'll get some council members together to talk with Oreo while they head to the CWS center again. And while they're at the center, they're surprised to see that so many people have shown up, not only from Hinamizawa but also like other parts of Okinomiya as well. Like, and even all the adults that are involved are surprised by the turnout. And Kimiyoshi makes sure there are no signs saying that say Onigafushi Defense Alliance, because like that's not what this is about.
Now, for those who don't know what CWS stands for, what does it mean?
Child Welfare Services.
Really, that's what it means.
Yeah.
I thought it was cute waifu selection.
How dare you do that?
Alright, but anyway, inside, the big boss tries to get away. This guy's like a pussy, man.
Yeah, this
Sorry for
guy
swearing.
is the biggest pushover you'll ever see in an anime.
Yeah, so he tries to get away from the rally, and he's like, "Oh no, I have business outside. I have to go." And then the guy he works with, he's like, "Oh, it might be dangerous if you try to go outside." He's like, "You know what? I can put that business
Yeah,
trip on hold."
it was just a thing brought up just because he wanted to try and get away from the problem that he's
Yeah,
personally ignoring.
yeah. Amongst the crowd, Oishi Man appears to talk to Keiichi and Kimiyoshi, tell them that since the CWS Center is a government building, disrupting their business is illegal. They also can't protest from outside the building without a street protest permit from the prefecture. What have I done?
Yeah.
What's going on?
By the way, before Bear continues, if you're wondering why there's such a bright light in the corner, is because it's currently like 5:30 p.m. So I have to have my light on, but my light is the brightest thing in the universe apparently. I really need to get a dimmer bulb or something.
Yes, anyway,
Continue.
Keiichi feels the urge to punch Oishi, but if he does, he'll be arrested for police obstruction. And if Shion is not careful with her words, she could get charged for threatening a police officer.
I,
Another officer.
I
Sorry,
like
what?
how he's just sort of messing with them a bit. but he's
It's like,
also
hit me, I
serious.
dare you. Okay. Another officer gets Oishi's attention since the chief is trying to radio him.
Yeah, and as such, Wishi wants Keshi to disband the rally because, well, yeah, it's illegal apparently. He's also impressed with how far Keshi's gotten with convincing Oyo to do this whole thing in the first place and like help out. And he's like, let's let Keshi be the star of this story. Even though, ironically, he is literally like the biggest chump of the story. And
Yeah.
like, and that he's saying that in because Mion and Shion's uncles, Saburo and Ken, show up. Saburo actually did make an appearance in the original anime. Ken is the new character though, and
Not to be confused with Ken from Barbie.
hey, no, it could be Ken from Barbie.
So by that logic, Saburo could be Saburo Arasaka from Cyberpunk 2077.
What? But yeah, they've showed up to support him, and Saburo is quick to get in Oishi's face about how they're not doing anything wrong, and to like get him and like shouting at Oishi to just leave them alone. It's like, okay, we're serious now, aren't we? And then Ken's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a lawyer. Here's the law. Boom, get lawed.
Yeah, it's like, I don't work for the law. The law works for me.
Yeah. Because he actually personally looked into the laws around the CWS Center to to expose that their claims of obstruction are an abuse of power. It's like, oh, okay. Our hands are tied in this situation, basically. And with no one in the way of them, the Games Club head inside to save Satoko. And meanwhile, the boss's plans to just stay hidden away until closing time, until a call from the mayor himself forces this guy to meet their demands and actually like end up going to Satoko's house. All this stuff, and and like Oyo has actually gone to met with the mayor, and she's like, because she's friends with the mayor somehow. Don't
And it's
ask
like,
me
asking
how.
for favors is only polite to do in person, not over the phone.
Yeah, and Oyo has taken quite a liking to Keshi, and like asking Akane to take care of Keshi after she passes. It's like, not even her kid. What? Excuse me, what?
Yes.
Like, when
And you know what her
when you
type
get that
is?
popular that you're liked by all three great families, you know you are an influential person.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, the mom, she's kind. It's not out of the goodness of her heart, she's kind of lustful for him.
Oh, yeah, the end of episode 12. Yeah,
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I could even tell in that first scene before the episode finished, she was like, "Oh no, wait, no, you're right. Sorry, I was thinking of another part in. I've been watching ahead past what we got scripted.
yeah,
But yeah, yeah, that was episode 12 you're talking about.
yeah. How at the end, because she was thinking it was for some reason Kechi and Satoko when it's not like that.
Yeah,
Oh, I think the reason why I got such a bright light on my face is not just because of the lamp; it's reflecting off my wall and bouncing because the wall's white. So what? I just really need a dimmer lit. I need a dimmer bulb. I'm sorry, again. This light is just annoying me.
It's alright. Where were we?
The CWS are quick to comply with the demands of the Games Club, heading straight out to Satsuko's house. And Oishi's like, let me give you a lift right to the house.
Yeah, because it's always good to get in the car with a stranger.
Well, no, it's the police, so. It,
I played Heavy Rain, man.
no,
You ever
but
play
he
that?
also would know Oishi because contact the police, would got in contact with Oishi and all that.
Hmm.
It's like, you could sort of. You have more. Like, you're more likely to trust the police. Although I did just watch a movie where one of the criminals was a police officer. And no, it wasn't Saw.
Yeah. Alright, where were we?
Uh,
Oishi even gives Harayama a lift directly to the household, but not without one last notice for everyone to leave the
it's
premises.
like, okay, we're done here. Scram.
Keiichi wonders if they won, to which Rika answers he rolled a 6 on a dice with a 1 on every side.
Which,
Later that
what?
night.
How's
Sorry,
that even
what?
possible to do? You know,
Dice must have been loaded.
no, the only no, but like to roll a 6 on a dice with one on every side, you, that dice would have to unfold for that to happen.
Or he's a very good dice shark.
Maybe.
Like maybe the number under the ones, like the little pillops or whatever they are, they got
Pips.
metal on them, so they always land. Yeah, the pips, so they always land down, leaving the one that go up. Anyways, later that night, Satoko calls Keiichi to thank him for everything he did and to say that she managed to stand strong for herself and ask for help. With everything dealt with, all that's left is to enjoy the Watanagashi festival tomorrow.
Yeah.
Satoko,
I was about
sorry,
to,
go on.
I was about to start
All right,
reading. Setsuko is happy
all
to
right.
be going to the festival as Rika shows up to take her to the festival, arriving a bit late. The usual teasing of Setsuko happens immediately as Mion says Setsuko was probably afraid to be alone in her household, and Rika reveals she can't sleep without her in bed with her. And with Setsuko and Shion there, Mion announces it's time for the 6th Demon Battle Royale with just one rule: have the most fun. People even tell Setsuko to ask for help whenever she needs it. Congratulate Keiichi for his hard work. It's like, I was just there, mate. Sort of energy, isn't it? Like, the fact that they have to go out of their way to congratulate Keiichi for doing something anyone else could have done just gives real, like, yeah, we were too lazy energy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, congrats, you did the basic human decency. During Rika's performance, Setsuko takes Keiichi away to talk about what Rika told her and thanks him for everything he did and asks if she could call him Big Brother. I love how cute Satoko can be.
Will you be my Oni-chan?
No, but she's like Big Brother.
In
Mispronounced brother.
Bruda. No, she's probably like the, um, Knuckles, do you know the way? Thank you, my big brother.
Imagine Satoko's voice actor just doing that.
Why are you? And then and then remember in the very first episode, she was trying to kill Keiichi.
No,
No,
that was Renner,
no,
wasn't it?
that was Ren. Sorry,
Yeah.
I get named. Yeah, I
Satoko
just like
has the
I
option to
can just
kill
picture.
anyone. In fact,
I can picture just that scene, the first episode of the night. Why are you running? Why are you running?
I think Satoko is like the only character that hasn't killed another character.
You sure? I could swear she's done it before.
I'm trying to think if there maybe when during
Unless she
Higurashi
killed him with
Kai.
kindness.
What?
Unless she kills with kindness, we know that.
I maybe with the traps on the mountain during Higurashi Kai, but I don't think she
But
actually has killed a character.
I'd say those are more self-defense than murder.
Uh, no. Like, we're just saying general rule of like a killing, like one person kills another sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, self defense, purposeful, doesn't matter. I think Sadako is the only one that hasn't killed anyone.
Well, we'll have to go back and fact check that, won't we?
There was the moment where she knocked Keiji off the bridge and he should have died, but he didn't.
So it's the best we can get it for attempted murder.
Yeah, that's all she has to her record.
What a shame.
Oh,
All right,
it would be
well,
interesting to see. There's this one show that does like if like certain characters were charged for their crimes. It'd be interesting to
oh yeah, I
see
know
that
what you
for
mean.
Higurashi. And it's like you ignore the multiversal stuff, and you just have it just be like, okay, if this was all one timeline stuff, which for Rika it technically is for her, it'd be interesting to see what it would shape out to be. Anyway, let's get back to the notes. Sadako also wants to give Kechi something. Not like that. But they have to return to her house to get it first. Not like that. Turning on the light, Kechi is attacked by Teppei with a metal baseball bat over the head. Oh. Ouch. And Kechi's rage takes over and he returns to say Bruce to Teppei over and over until he's dead. It's like, oh. Guess that we can add that one to his record. Can't we?
Yeah, that was full. I was not expecting that actually.
Yeah, that was a good shocker of a moment. I absolutely forgot that happens. Because it's been like 2, maybe 3 years since seeing this one. Like, I basically watched this when it. Not when it came out directly, because I have a hard time tracking exactly when stuff comes out. Stuff comes out, and then I'm like 6 months later, I find out that it came out. Like, what? Anyway, you want to take the last point for episode 13?
Will, I gotta say, I was quite surprised after what happened. I was not expecting this either.
Yeah.
So in the hospital, Keiichi is visited by Kumar Guy, Oishi's partner, to go over the details of what happened on Watanagashi. But Keiichi seems unable to remember the events because he's like eyes roll in the back of his head, like he just had the best ecstasy ever. When Keiichi asks
No,
about
no.
Oishi,
We can't mention that stuff.
I did not mean that. I meant like he looked like he was having such a good time.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Well,
When his eyes
you
roll
gotta
in
be
the back.
careful about your words, okay?
Because you see, before Keiichi the guy, his eyes, Keiichi's eyes roll in the back of his head, and it's like
Well,
he's just
he
like,
got hit in the head
yeah,
with a baseball bat, man.
yeah, I love cocaine, yeah,
No,
yeah,
we do not.
yeah. When Keiichi asks about Oishi, Kumagai gets a bit cagey and just tells Keiichi to call him when he remembers anything. Reda visits Keiichi on his outside walk and reveals that Oishi showed up to the festival with his gun drawn and outright kills Satoko, Rika, Mion, and Shion in front of everyone. And I
Yeah.
was like, wait, what?
So let's just rewind a little bit. This is Keiichi's third time being in the hospital in this season.
It
Because at the end of the
is.
first timeline, he was in the hospital, and then the second timeline, he ended up in the hospital. The third one, hospital again. What is with Keiji and ending up at the hospital at the end of season, of end of timelines? It's just like the most
I know they're
unluckiest
bad
person ever.
omens.
Oh, can I take this one? The first point for
You
episode
sure
14.
can. Yep.
On the night of Watanagashi, so we're still in timeline 3 of this. We're going back a bit though. Everyone does the coin drifting event, and Renner is left wondering where Kichi and Setoko went. And Shion and Mion turn it into an underage joke. Ah, yikes. It's with Mion saying they are that age. Excuse me, what? While that joke goes down, Rika says to Hanyu that they broke the dead fate to save Satoko, and that strength will break the fate of her death. Returning to the main festival grounds, the Games Club plan to return to their homes, and Rika asks the remaining people enjoying dinner about Mia and Tomitake when Oishi shows up with a baseball bat. He's ready to play ball.
Literally. It's like that scene was full on. I was like, 'cause there's a lot of scenes that when the openings have
Oh, we haven't seen full on yet.
yeah, but I mean for these episodes we're covering, this opening scene to me, that's just full on.
Yeah. Oh, there is one scene coming up that is absolutely probably the best scene of this anime. Period. And I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Instead of that, though, Oishi goes for the single-handed choke out. He literally just goes, boom! That's not how you pick up girls. And when others try to stop him, they get shot down. Like, literally headshots. And Oishi says he solved the mystery of Oyashiro's curse and wants Rika to tell him the truth. As people run away, Oishi's just going bang, bang, bang. While clawing out his own neck and holding Rika in the chokehold. Mion and Shion mentioned to get, or managed to get Rika out of the chokehold, only for both of them to get shot in the head. It's like,
But which one of them had the gun strapped to their hip? It was Mion,
Mion's
right?
the one that always has the gun strapped to
Why
her
didn't
hip.
she use it instead of running towards him?
It's probably not loaded. I think it's like, if it's not a loaded gun, you can have it publicly shown.
But then you keep one in the chamber, you know? For emergencies, you don't keep a live clip, but you keep one in the chamber.
Yeah, okay. See how that goes, huh?
A bullet a day keeps the psychos away.
Rika is upset with how fast this world went bad and just wants Oishi to shoot her in the head. Oishi instead bashes Rika's head in with the baseball bat. And Setoko arrives in time to witness the scene. It's like, oh, hi. I've arrived just in time to witness my best friend die. Just imagine just baseball bat to the head. And it wasn't just like it wasn't repeated. It was, or like, was it repeated? Was it like multiple hits, or was it just one solid hit?
No, there was like at least three, I think.
However, this is not the first time Rika's gonna get beaten to death with a baseball bat, apparently. You wanna take the next point?
Yeah. In lieu of her death, Rika wakes up remembering the pain of the bashing and suddenly realizes she also remembers who killed her.
Dun dun
Again,
dun!
Hanyu confirms that she can't leave the dimension she resides in, and Rika relishes in the idea of having a drink with Hanyu. Hanyu was able to use her remaining power to temporarily restore Rika's abilities, meaning she won't lose her memories when repeating words. Rika was already trying to make a difference in the worlds we've seen, giving Keiichi a hint to trust Rena, and influencing Keiichi to give Mion the doll. Hanyu explains that after the 100-year journey in loops Reaper suffered, she
Rika?
was
Did
exhausted
you
and
say
her
Reefer?
heart,
It sounded like you said Reefer.
Rika.
It sounded like you said Reefer.
Uh, nah,
I need to get my ears
she
checked.
was she was exhausted. Oh, maybe I did say it. I don't know. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
She was exhausted, and her heart has only recovered slightly in the last 5 years. Those that live in loops don't have physical lifespans; only their consciousness lives on, which Rika fully understands. But she's upset that after all this time, free of 1983 in Hinamizawa, in a new life, only to be back where she began and could be in 1983 at any point in her life.
And Hanyu's final parting words to Rika are about a sacred sword bearing her name. Onigari no Ryu? Ryo? Uh, Japanese words. Hey. And how it can kill those that live in loops. The sword is hidden inside the statue in the ritual tool storehouse. And with that, Hanyu departs from Rika, leaving her truly alone. And Rika wakes up in the new world, discovering that it's Sunday, June 12th, once again. But can't tell Satoko about remembering the previous world for fear of sounding crazy. And also maybe suspicion. While
Ooh,
Rika,
foreshadowing.
while cooking, Rika has to take over while Satoko answers the phone, and Rika understands that the looper Rika would have to kill is herself. Satoko mentions they've been summoned for an emergency games club meeting, but Rika has something else to do. However, she decides to hold off until after the club. You want to take the next one?
Sure. Where is it? Here we go. At the school, Rika wonders why Shion
Isn't
isn't
there?
there for the games club, learning Mion just didn't invite her. To make Rika feel better, Mion lets her decide today's game. So Rika chooses hide and seek with Hinamizawa being the play area. Rika will only be the only one hiding, and if they can find her before sunset, they win. Rika uses the chance to run to the ritual tool store shed house, yeah,
Storehouse.
tool storehouse to search for the sword, and everyone strategies about places is to strategize about places to look. Mion checking the school, Satoko checking the shrine, Keiichi checking the road leading to the school, Areta heading to a hiding spot she knows well.
Really good
Yeah.
locations to search. Really doing a good job there, aren't we?
Yeah. Mion doesn't find Rika at the school, nor Satoko finding her at the shrine, or Rena finding her at the dam dump. Keiichi also doesn't find Rika hiding in the water wheel,
Yeah,
meaning that
she's not
Rika
in the
won the
water
game.
wheel building. Yeah, Rika did win the game, technically speaking.
Want to get the last part?
However, they decide not to end the game and keep looking for her both in interest of the game and, of course, her safety. Like, it's a little kid, right?
Yeah.
Kenshi asks Mion if she knows any super obscure locations in Hinamizawa, which leads them to the ritual tool storehouse. And at the storehouse, Rika finally arrives, to look inside the statue, only to see that the sword is not there. It's like, well, now I'm doomed. And however, like last moment, Rika notices a glint in the sword slot and reaches in to pull out a small section of the sword that got left behind. Rika tries to eliminate herself from all worlds, but her friends find her location at the last second. With the sword piece in her grasp, Rika gives herself 5 last loops to figure everything out. Moving on to
But
episode
can she
15.
figure everything out?
Will
That's
she
the
figure it
question.
out?
Or more importantly, when? She's stuck in an infinite loop after all.
Yeah, that is the one thing you've said that makes the most sense so far. It makes so much sense you can take the next point for the first point for episode 15.
Once again on June 13th, Monday, Keiichi is confronted at the Games Club to be part of the festival, in particular the festival auction. Since he knows how to make activities a lot more fun, as Keiichi learns more about the job, he realizes it's just auctioning off donated prizes at the festival, and if he does a good job, he'll get 3 years worth of tickets to Angel Ward's dessert fiesta.
Ooh, that's a
Mion
good
tries to convince her
prize.
uncle to. Yes, it is. Mion convinces her uncle to donate some toys as prizes for the auction, and he does come around to it when GOU is mentioned.
Like, yeah, Shiro. Oh, so yeah, the games club come across a mahjong table and they're like, out of nowhere, they're just showing interest in mahjong. Especially when Yashiro mentioned someone was able to perform a Tsubame Geishi, which is a win on self draw requiring 1 to 9 of a type and 4 same picture tiles. I'm pretty sure it has to be of the same type to the 1 to 9. And Keiji is just absolutely shocked by this reality. And Sadako has practiced the trick with few successes, but still, like, she wants to show off. She wants to be the one that can do it in the group. But it ends up failing spectacularly. Rika, oh no, Rena and Kechi decide to give it a go. When Oishi shows up planning to replace his mahjong mat, and Geji wants to see a successful Tsubame Geshi, Oishi decides to go for it and does it first, right? We don't even see the trick on camera. Like,
Well, we know what happens.
we want to see the trick though, don't we? Or is the whole point of the trick is you're not supposed to see the trick? Because, like, the characters get to see it, but not... Probably too much animation, I guess. And Rika is surprised to see that Akasaka is suddenly there, remembering how much of a help he was last time. Rika's warning for Akasaka from 5 years ago still happened. Meaning his wife Yuki did not slip on the stairs and die, resulting in him having a daughter as well. Satoko notes that sometimes Rika does say some prophetic stuff. And Mion says people believe that Rika is Oyashiro reborn. In a flashback during 1978, we get to hear Rika tell Akasaka that she will die in June of 1983. You want to take the next point? Because I love this cut that happens. Hello? Bailey,
Yes.
you want to take the next paragraph?
I'll take the one after.
Okay. Akasaka says he wants to help in any way possible. Enrico asks for a private word with him to ask about his plans in Hinamizawa. Akasaka and Yuki are going to be staying at Wakura Osen, but Rika asks him to stay in Hinamizawa the entire time until Watanagashi, knowing it's a big ask. And smash cut to Rika on the floor after being stabbed by Akasaka with a knife.
Yeah, I did this next part. Like, holy crap, man! This is like
This
the
whole
most.
section.
Yeah, just this episode out of the ones we covered for me was the most brutal.
Oh, don't worry. The next episode's even more brutal.
Yeah. So what happens was so as you said, Rika's on the floor after being stabbed
Yeah,
by
by
Akasaka.
Akasaka. Akasaka.
Police are calling out, give up the hostage, surrender, and he's like, no, no, I gotta kill the bugs. I gotta
Yeah,
get him out, and he lights himself on fire
and
and burns
because
the
he's
house down.
like, he he thinks she is the cure, or like she also has the bugs in her. I think it was.
Yeah. But they're lying dormant, they're not doing anything. I think that's what
Yeah,
he believes.
yeah.
So
But
like
she,
Wednesday
yeah, because she gets
Adam,
stabbed in the neck by him.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
Like
that's
Like
gonna hurt.
Wednesday Adams, Rika snaps her fingers,
Like she's
and
dead,
in
but
the,
she still snaps her fingers because it's like
yeah, in the next
a
world.
soul.
So what?
It's like a soul. By the way, 4.
Yeah, yeah. It's basically
I'm gonna
Elden Ring
have
she's
this
gone
here
through.
as we go through.
All right then.
Because of
Uh,
what Rika
all right.
said.
Okay. In the next world, Akane goes on a rampage through the Sonosaka mansion with a katana, beheading Mion and hell-bent on ending Oyashiro's curse by ending the bloodlines of the three great families. Akane goes to complain to Rika about being born in Hinamizawa before decapitating her. Death continues to follow Rika, and this time it's Kimiyoshi dragging a tied-up Rika to the Onigafuji swamp. Rika begs for him to just kill her and have this over and done with, but he's convinced sacrificing Rika will save the village. Out on the swamp, Rika gives Kimiyoshi one last burn about his breath stinking just as he tosses her into the swamp. Respect your elders! And then he just throws her in.
Never have I
At
ever been
Angel
tossed
Mort,
to the swamp.
at Angel Mort, Keiichi decides the place needs some redecorating, smashing the plates and spraying blood from the workers and customers with a baseball bat. Rena tries to get Keiichi, yeah, because Keiichi, is this the first time we've ever seen him gone psycho?
Keiji has gone psycho in the first ever timeline of the original anime. Because of the
Okay.
because the paranoia storyline.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes. Yeah.
I love how I
Because
can
like
just
last time before,
remember that off the top of my head.
because we remember like in the previous episode, he killed what's her name's uncle. He killed Tepe, was it?
Yeah, but that was more like self-defense rage.
Yeah. So Rena tries to get Keiichi to stand down, but he instead gets her head concaved in by a baseball bat.
Ooh.
As Rika, he'd be great in the Walking Dead. He'd be getting home runs every time.
he would
Rika won.
he would just be able to
What?
knock the heads off with the baseball bat.
Yeah. Rika wonders why she has to go through all this. She wishes to just be back at St. Lucia's Academy. Keiichi asks Rika where the cure to the maggots in his throat are, and she answers that it's in her head, telling him to eat her brains.
And yeah, she does die at the end of this. So this
It's funny because I just brought up The Walking Dead as well. Brains. Have you ever seen a zombie eat brains?
no.
Yeah, it's so weird. That's what someone should make a zombie movie. Where the zombies, rather than the flesh, they like they're smashing people's skulls open to get to the brains. And the more brains they eat, the smarter they become. But anyways, that's the end of episode 15. We get to episode 16.
And this
And this one was
this one is the most legendary episode for having a
tell me about
basically a 12-minute scene. Half the episode is this one scene,
it. Yeah.
and it goes
It's like watching Saw, and most of the movies in the one room.
yeah. It, although I saw
So,
there's a lot more like jump cuts.
yeah.
This
Waking
one
up unable
is
to.
solidly
Sorry,
like
what?
this scene is very solid.
Yeah. Waking up unable to move, Rika reveals to Satoko about her ability to remember the previous realities and is in extreme pain. Satoko calmly explains that Rika has been cursed and eventually shows off her handiwork, having opened Rika's stomach ready for the Watanagashi ritual. Satoko injects Rika with more painkillers before telling her about her revelation from Oyashiro, who said Rika is no longer fit to be his priestess, and now she is the new priestess. Using the ritual Ho,
Hey, wait,
Satoko gives up the true bloody rendition of the Watanagashi ritual.
and we get to see it.
While they don't censor this.
Yeah.
While
Sorry.
saying Rika broke one of Oyashiro's precepts, triggering Rika's memories. With Rika to sacrifice, Satoko doesn't have to hunt down everyone else in the club to sacrifice them. And in the end, Satoko makes Rika's insides her outsides, causing Rika the slowest, most painful death so
Yeah,
far.
like this scene goes for 12 minutes and like it's like halfway through the guts getting pulled out.
Yeah.
And like the scene goes from like normal colors to just red. It goes redder and redder and redder.
Like Crimson, it goes Crimson, doesn't it?
Yeah. It goes like crimson red and then as like more memories flash before Rika's eyes, Satoko asks her about why she was so eager to leave Hinamizawa when everyone was so nice to her. In her mind, Rika encounters her older self, recalling she wanted to leave Hinamizawa after being trapped in it for 100 years. Opening her eyes once again, Rika reconciles in the fact she doesn't dislike Hinamizawa. She just needed some freedom. When she's pulled back into reality by Sadako, continuing to just magic trick with her guts. Where's your guts going? And Rika decides she has to stay in Namisawa, much to Satoko's sad, real joy. It's like this scene was 12 minutes, and I managed to condense that into 3 paragraphs. it like it's just so much.
Yeah, no.
Like, if you're watching this, like podcasts, like episodes for Higurashi Go, stop here. Go watch episode 16 for like the first half of it. Like you don't.
Of the 2020 series, season
Yeah,
1.
yeah. It is the best 12 minutes you'll ever watch.
You sociopath.
Hey, excuse me. It is a beautifully done scene that has a moment of reprieve and then pulls you back into the dark abyss.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it is like in terms of scenes, probably one of the best. Alongside the word game scene from No Game No Life.
Uh, oh, yeah, I know what
Yeah,
scene you mean, yeah.
where it's like the word game, where we had our
Yeah,
version of the word game using Wikipedia.
yeah,
Remember
I
that?
remember
How
that.
terrible that went.
Yeah. No, I forgot. Now I remember.
Well, at least we have more. We have more games in mind And ever since that other game, it's gonna go a lot smoother.
Sorry, what? Ever since what?
Ever since the wiki game, it's gonna go a lot smoother. It's not gonna be multiple parts for one game. Anyway, I feel like
Are
we're
you
getting
sure?
distracted from Rika's journey right now.
Why don't you pick up what happens next?
Well, she wakes up to the new world where the Games Club are playing a game and waiting for Setsuko and Rika to join them. This is the first time she hasn't woken up in her room, I think. And Rika asks for a private conversation with Setsuko, distracting her long enough to get nailed in the face by a volleyball from Keiji. It's like, what is in that volleyball? Rocks? Because that is the most straight throw I've ever seen of a volleyball to someone's face.
Yeah, what was that anime? Like the guys throwing the volleyballs and one guy like vomits. It's like, ugh.
Oh, I guess volleyballs are actually pretty hard, actually.
Yeah, they are. You know, back in the day, the Chinese played dodgeball with severed heads.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was full on.
During the game, everyone targets Kechi. And even when he catches one, Setsuko knocks him over. It's like, what's with the abuse of Kechi in this anime? It's like Kechi catches all the flack. Satoko gets teased for being an idiot sometimes, or like not having class, and and then you got Rena who's like just stealing everything cute, and then you have the two twins, Mion and Shion, that are like they can easily just swap who they are and to confuse Keiji. Uh, anyway, after the game, Rika tells Satoko about her dreams and her past memories from the 100-year loop and the more recent death loops, all to say she loves Hinamizawa. And June flies by once again with nothing happening, like Oyashiro's curse has just been lifted. Rena gets her Kenta-kun statue, Teppei never returns to Hinamizawa, and Kechi and Shion watch Rika's ritual dance.
How many times if that? Do you think that'd be like the most annoying thing, just having to do that dance again and again and again? You know what I
Once a
mean?
month.
Yeah.
Almost like it's that time of the month.
Uh-huh. I see what you did there.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist that joke. And for making such a bad joke, you want to take the next point?
I sure
Starting
can.
in episode 17.
Yeah. The episode starts from within Higurashi Kai episode 13 with the same question Keiichi asked Satoko in the Big Brother. The Big Brother.
I love how that's what I've called the timeline.
Keiichi asked Satoko, "Do you know the way?" Um, of the time, so it's the Big Brother timeline of this season. With Satoko getting shot in the head for being right. In the current timeline, Mio approaches Rika to apologize to her for getting involved in the conspiracy to kill Rika and her friends. Tamatake is keeping an eye on Mio to keep her safe, while in Hinamizawa, and Rika asks why she changed her mind. Mio's answer is that she wouldn't understand, even if she was to explain it to Rika. The following morning, a member of the Tokyo Bloodhounds startles Rika, but he's only here on orders from First Lieutenant Tamatake, again showing some traces of lingering memories. When Keiichi suspected him of being a spy in the first timeline of this season.
Did you catch that?
No, what was it?
Like in the first timeline of this season, how Kenshi was like thinking. Tomitaka was a spy or detective or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like because it sort of shows it could be like evidence of a lingering memory from being in Higurashi Kai,
You think?
if that makes sense. Well,
Kind
you
of.
gotta remember, Keiji was having moments of remembering other timelines, even all the way back in the first timeline of this season, and even during the original anime as well. Do you
That
remember
is
that?
true. Yeah.
So it's almost like he knew something was going on deep down.
He just couldn't remember it because he had that amnesia.
Yeah, from timeline resets.
Yeah.
Over at some building, two guys in the van ask Okonogi about some pruning in the yard. And Okonogi figures their business is in Okonomiya and asks where they hail from, knowing they're outsiders. The moment he pulls the gun on them, the entire squad just bursts through all the windows to
Like,
arrest him.
go, go, go.
Yeah, they arrest him for arbitrary execution of emergency manual number 34. Remember that?
No, Order 66.
Well, 34 again, as mentioned. I think we talked about what, like, the original anime talks about where the number 34 comes from. I think it was like some sort of like combination of like words or something like that, and like planning a mutiny, of course.
Yeah.
Okunogi's team shows up as well, but he tells them to stand down. It's like, yeah, we're done, boys. Uh, Mio gave up the ghost.
Moving out.
And over at the Era Clinic, because we find out that Era is actually part of this whole thing as a lieutenant colonel. What a shock.
What a twist.
Yeah. Allows the
Ain't
Tokyo.
nobody seen that coming.
Yeah. So he allows the Bloodhounds to clean out his clinic and thanks them for not waking Satoshi because, like, again, I think at the end of Kai we had him, like, Satoshi appearing in, like, proper, didn't we?
Think so.
Like, we know, like, Satoshi was one of the people that killed someone else. Like, we know
Yeah.
Satoshi killed his aunt with the baseball bat.
Oh, yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah, that was in the. What? That was like the third timeline, was it? That we learned that? Of the original? I. My brain just. Too much to remember, not enough space for it, you know?
Yeah.
Ira has been dedicated to healing Satoshi of his Hinamizawa syndrome so he could give his sister the teddy bear he got her.
Who was stupid enough to realize you could, who was stupid enough not to realize you could have put it on layaway.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was. Satoshi was actually a character, like, it had his own storyline and all that. I forgot about that. Ira is shocked to find out that he found the lock suitcase Mio mentioned in her confession, said to contain H173, which causes its victim to develop Hinamizawa syndrome all the way to the final stage of L5. These syringes of H173 were reported to be destroyed, but Mio had them the whole time. What a liar. Although,
Liar, liar, plans for hire.
although if you watch the episode, you will notice there's a syringe missing.
Dun dun dun.
I wonder who has it. I like
Dun
how
dun dun.
that's a good way of dropping a subtle hint, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, there's these syringes. There's only 3 syringes. No one would think of a missing syringe, wouldn't they?
No, they would not.
Anyway, at school, Tomitake visits Rika, which is weird to Rika because he's usually missing at this point of the timelines. And Tomitake tells Rika that the Tokyo Bloodhounds have taken over control of the Mountain Dogs domain. And Iro won't end up in jail due to Mio's confession, exonerating him of any involvement with the, along with the evidence of the investigation, also supporting that claim. Seems like Mio might also get off lightly due to her confession. It's like, wait, what? Of the conspiracy, and when she realized, or when she's released, I don't know why that went to realized. It should be released. Tomitake will be there to take her home.
He realized the release.
When she's released from like prison, because she is still gonna go to prison, probably for maybe a few years, because involvement in a conspiracy.
And then they think that she's mentally unhinged too.
In the other timeline, this timeline, she's not.
Okay.
In fact, like we'll find that sort of comes up in episode 18. And Rika wonders if the dice of fate even exist in this world, with how perfect this world has been. She asks Oyashiro why this world is so perfect, with it seeming like everything was decided beforehand, without her knowing, unsettling her deeply. It's like, what's going on here?
It's like she knows, like, this is the calm. Something bad's gonna happen, so this is clearly the calm before the storm.
Well, you want to take the next point?
Yeah, I can. I was just like, that's the way I interpreted it. Like she knows.
Yeah, she's also interprets it that way as well.
Yeah. Satoko finds Rika overlooking the town and asks her if anything bad has happened, and Rika explains how only good things are happening, which scares her.
Yeah, as
Satoko compares.
point.
Yeah, Satoko compares worrying about being too happy to missing a good sale at the supermarket. She goes on to talk about how perhaps Rika hasn't realized the true nature of happiness, and that tiny moments of happiness can quickly be forgotten, unlike moments of pain. The following day, Mion has prepared a grueling game, and everyone is pumped for it, with Rika being able to play since the festival is done, and Keiichi done with Satoko's crying when he bullies her, even though she does it to him. You hypocrite. Rena then elbows Keiichi in the face to get the crying Satoko to take her home.
Crying Satoko, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
why does he always have to be the battering ram?
Yeah, because he's the only guy.
Oh,
You know what? He should like. He should slap me or Shion around for a time. You know, equal rights, equal fights.
Well, he did get that one timeline where he got to beat them with a baseball bat. So fair's fair, I guess.
True. Rika ends up winning the game, somehow getting all the tokens, meaning everyone else gets penalized. I did not mean it that way. So she gets them all a task to do, with Satoko's being to go shopping with Rika. Satoko is curious as to what was written to those notes the rest of the game club received, but Rika can't reveal it yet. Turns out it was a surprise birthday party for Satoko, who happens to have her birthday on June 24th.
Gonna have to add
It's
that to
also
my calendar.
it's also the same day Satoshi went missing last year, but
Oh.
Rika still wanted everyone to celebrate her birthday. Keiichi's present is an encyclopedia of vegetables. Renna's present is definitely something she'd get for herself, and Mion's present is just tickets for Angel Maud's dessert fiesta.
They're really
Lastly
hammering
is
us
Rika's
over the head with that thing that they bring up once. It just keeps popping up.
Lastly is Rika's present, but instead of being excited, Satoko drops to cover from it.
Because she
Rika
knows what
asks
it
how
is.
Rika asks how she knew about what was about to happen, and Satoko says she can spot a trap from a mile away. That's when Rika reveals it was a trap until last night when she swapped it for a teddy bear.
Oh, damn!
Satoshi Satoshi got her and explained she knows Satoko is behind everything of the recent timelines. The episode ends on the final reveals that Satoko is one that lives in loops and is the real villain of this story now. Holy shiitake
It's
mushrooms.
like, I'm the
And she just,
captain now.
when her eyes go red, and then she just
Yeah,
like pulls out the gun.
yeah. It's the same as, like, Rika's eyes.
Yeah.
So, we now know Satoko is the villain of the story.
Yeah.
So, guess what, Bailey?
What?
We get to. She's gonna get a whole bunch of crimes.
No.
Especially considering none of this is in self defense anymore. Because, however, we're not going straight into that. We're gonna do a bit of history for ourselves. Because once again, the episode starts with a flashback to the end of Higurashi High, where Mio gets arrested for attempting to shoot Mion. However, Tomitake steps in to take her away, lying by saying she's showing signs of having Hinamizawa syndrome and how the preventative serum isn't fully effective. Tomitake says Mio can start over a new life as Miyoko Tanashi, someone that's not the villain. But she can't do it because of her sins. She agrees with Mio that the world wouldn't forgive her, but he forgives her and they can atone for her sins together. You want to take the next point while I check out the screenshots you've been sending me?
Okay, sure can. I won't give away the endings until we finish this. After the drama, the Games Club turns their attention back to the upcoming Watanagashi Festival and how Hanu is about to get crowns during the tournament. Rika and Satoko come to an agreement of always being together, which Satoko will take seriously. A year later, Satoko and Rika head out for school, even if Rika was up late doing something she can't tell Satoko about Keiichi and is now the class rep since Mion has finished school, giving Satoko her old uniform. Satoko is still up to her food-stealing ways, taking one of Renna's hamburg steaks and then a fried shrimp from Keiichi's lunch. Mion's high school is only over in Okinomiya, and she was quick to start another games club over there. And without Mion around, the four of them feel the pressure to keep up on the activities of the games club she started at Hinamizawa School. As Keiichi announces the activity for today, there's still a smaller group than usual with Watanagashi coming up. Satoko is outraged by Keiichi having gotten brand new for today's game, so
Brand
she
new
can't
cards,
cheat.
yeah.
Satoko tries to show off how good her memory is to Keiichi, but fails to get a pair of sixes in front of everyone. At the end of the game, Tomata wins while Satoko loses, and before the next game starts, Rika announces that she has to head home to practice the ritual dance for Watanagashi. Satoko decides to leave with Rika, acknowledging how lacking the activities were for today and that Rika was lying about having practice.
Oh, how dare you
Rika
lie,
notes,
Rika?
Liar! Rika notes how everyone loves Renat and Keiichi, so the games club was bound to change with them in control, but Satoko is annoyed at Keiichi for banning her traps.
It's like, come on, the traps make it more fun. You know? It always is a lot more fun. After, so when they go at the Ira clinic, Ira mentions he doesn't like the look of Satoko's uniform, with the opinion that a maid outfit would look better on her. It's like, dude, dude, she's 11 at
Dude,
this point.
I know, right?
So at least,
He's,
if you're gonna be weird about it, wait 2 more years.
or at least say, like, oh, you look cute in the outfit. Because if you say that to like an 11-year-old, it's like, oh, okay, it's a child, If you,
Yeah.
but if it's actually say, like you look hot or something, like, ugh.
Oh, I think he would just say cute, but it's still like, it's him.
Yeah, like I got like some
There,
little nephews
there's
and nieces, and
cute,
they dress
and
up
then
like,
there's
oh, you look
cute.
cute. There's cute, and then there's jail,
Yeah, there's cute, and then there's cute.
and then there's cuties.
And let's not go into that Netflix show. Are you surprised I knew exactly what you were talking about?
Yes, I am.
So over the last year, Satoko's Hinamizawa syndrome has improved thanks to Ira's medical treatment, with the number of shots needed being down to only one. And now Satoko does not need them anymore, because there's no evidence. She's come back negative for having Hinamizawa syndrome. And he also mentions how he's seen improvements to everyone in Hinamizawa starting 1 year ago. And it's almost like it's tied to Rika being alive. It's like that 100-year time loop was the cause of the curse, almost, or like Hinamizawa syndrome. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
That night, Rika gets Oya and Kimiyoshi together to talk about something she wants to have happen at Watanagashi Festival. And Kimiyoshi is on board with the idea, while Oya is just like, go ahead, do it. I don't want to be there for it. But yeah, at the festival, the usual activities go down. The whole 5 demon game, the ritual dance, all that. But after the ritual dance, Oreo and Kimiyoshi enter stage left to talk about how the town went through the damn war and decided to expunge anyone of anything associated with the war. Which means Sadako is no longer like gonna be treated like a criminal or anything like that. They also talk about how Oyashira's curse is a load of BS that deserves no more attention. And after school, Rika asks Satoko to go shopping with her, but not at Seven Smart, which is the shop that Satoko and Keiichi go during the Big Brother timeline, but instead at Okinomiya, heading to a bookstore called Mandai Books. Rika makes her way directly to the entrance exam study guides section, as Rika wants the both of them to apply for St. Lucia Academy. And that's where episode 18 ends.
Yeah,
So
it's getting real. I haven't seen the other episodes yet because I watch them after we, cover.
yeah, so
Like when the
this
so what-
episode 18 is actually the continuation right after the end of Kai. So people understand.
Dragon Ball Z Kai?
No, Higurashi Kai.
Oh, okay.
So basically, 1 through 17 is the latest point in the timeline, and we're sort of going from end of Kai continuing up to where we started in episode 1, basically, at this point. Because we gotta learn how this whole situation unfolded, don't we?
I mean, we have to, right?
Yeah. And trust me, when things go down, they're gonna really drop. And I actually watched, like, for when the stuff actually sort of kicks into gear, I actually watched the end credits, and it's actually really cool how it ties into the end of the episode, the up to. Because I've done notes all the way up to episode 22, I think it is. Hold on. Yeah, no, 21, not 22. I still got 3 more episodes to do. Shouldn't be that hard to do 3 in a week, isn't it?
It shouldn't be at all.
Anyways, that'll be the end of today's podcast episode. Links will be in the description to both of my channels and also both Bailey's channels for you guys to check out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know next video comes out. A ding, 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 ding.
Dong dong.
I'm Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.
Later, Gators.